the person that needs water, the person sacredly posted the water. We implore our family because some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is no valid time when the country is not better. It is every valid time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be only valid for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, Brother Sacraments, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacred pay. Brother Sacraments, they are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They got people that got degrees, they know nothing. They only pass around with 8 people that they can't achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and bread out of marketeers, splitting rather, and Ghana
Yeah.
My son, you made a mistake.
What's that?
I heard you last time. Yeah, don't easy to do. Absolutely, after the whole election, at in my corner. If you hear my preaching, you will conclude that you're right. But will you rescue as a preacher after winning? The broadcaster don't even answer my phone, don't pick me up, they don't let me down, they don't even have time. Oh, I don't talk because God knows why it's happening.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women. Freedom.
Indeed, what a great day. Wonderful opportunity it feels to be back behind these microphones to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. Today is Tuesday, 30th day of September, and today we bid farewell. And of course, prepare to usher in October. And of course, tomorrow is October 1, and the birthday of my late man.
When they welcome me, they say they were liberator. But when they
Again, I want to say happy pre-birthday to my son,
when they came,
and of course to all of the others
what kind of
celebrating on tomorrow, October 1.
what kind of people is so?
It is seemingly a kind of national holiday. It is a day where a lot of great people are born,
Killing up
especially in the context of Liberia.
freedom fighter, you.
The greatest son to walk the face of Liberia
Ah,
was born on that day.
yeah, ayo, ayo, ayo. Oh, yeah, yo.
His Excellency former President George Manuel Weah
Ayo.
celebrates tomorrow.
Ah, yeah, ayo. Yeah, ayo. Oh, yeah, yo. Ayo. Yeah, ayo. Music.
So welcome folks. Pleasant good morning to all of you, just wherever you are this morning. To our friends in the diaspora, welcome. It's good to have you join us today. We are good. Our Facebook Live is up and running. Share the live as much as you can. Continue to drop your reactions and feedback to some of the topical issues making the news in. This is Liberia for all of us. And so the president returns after almost a month away from the country for nothing justifiable for all the period he spent there. The president left this country on the 8th of September and he's returning on the 30th. That's according to a circular from the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism. And they have been going around mobilizing and recruiting people to go and receive the president and take him for a prayer service. So what are they praying over the president for? Is it for successful change of his battery? So they're excited and want to give glory to God that the president went to and successfully changed his battery. And there's a new battery in the old man. You remember the time Prince Justin told us that he implanted a battery? That's about 2-3 years. So it's like the last span of the old man battery can go 3 years. So this was a major operation. And they have changed the old man's battery. Oh, but what we'll say now? Because the folks say we go do prayer service. We go tell God thank you for the president after a successful completion. Pretty much tell us. But any which way, folks, what you have to know is that the president is expected back in the country today. And so we like to say, Mr. President, welcome back. But there are too many things here, Mr. President, that you need to have conversation. We need to have conversation with you about. Mr. President, yesterday we commenced a conversations about the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and we're committed to continuing from exactly where we stopped with a lot of fresh details, particularly with focus on the Department of Mines, allegations of corruption, illicit transactions, illegal dealings, and of course circumventing national government taxes or revenue for the personal benefit of elements within the Department of Mines and Energy at the Ministry of Mines and Energy. Assistant Minister Carlos Tingbe Addison and Director Carr as well as the Deputy Minister for Operations, hence are all in the web, Mr. President. Mr. President, today we'll be displaying videos and photos of some of the horrible reports we are getting from in the field from agents, mining agents who feel marginalized, sidelined in favor of relatives and family members who are illegally and illegitimately deployed in mining districts across the country under clandestine arrangements whereby the different heads at the Department of Mines will collect monthly kickbacks from illegal Chinese and other foreign miners deployed in our butches, unregulated and of course unsupervised. And they're collecting millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of our natural resources, while Liberians are dying in abject poverty. A few of your appointees have established a network, a clandestine network operation to rip this country of its mineral resources for peanuts under clandestine, illegitimate arrangements. And the saddest part is that the Minister of Mines and Energy is doing nothing. He is saying nothing. He's aware of most of these things, but he is saying nothing, raising serious concern as to whether Minister Pay is not a co-conspirator in all of these as they continue to happen unabated. Remember, Minister Pay is embarked on a gigantic construction in the Samukatan area there. We are told he has commenced the construction of a massive school project. Nobody knows where the money is coming from. And some other projects are also ongoing in Minister Pay's name. It is even alleged that Minister Pay have also managed to secure for himself some apartment complex in Ghana. And all of these things are in the air amidst the disturbing report of illegal mining activities and of course the facilitation of illegitimate mining operations across the country. Mr. President, good morning and welcome. Welcome back to Liberia. We are here, Mr. President. Your ministers have continued unabated with the raping of minors, 14 years old, 15 years old. The people you entrusted with leadership in the country have made it their business to continue raping our kids. Mr. President, since you left the country, Bill Magejun collect one 14-year-old and knock Magaho allegedly. We ain't finished talking Bill Magejun on Google yet, Mr. President. Another contractor from the Ministry of Agriculture also grabbed another 14-year-old in District 14 area. 14-year-old in District 14. Pour in a room, put a music sound way up, Mr. President. It's important we tell you these things, Mr. President. Liberians' mothers are crying. The children now are no longer safe in the streets. The ministers are after all the 14 and 13 years old children, Mr. President, but welcome back. Mr. President, the conversation at the University of Liberia still continues. The CSA director has threatened that there should be no go slow. We don't know on what basis, but the Faculty Association has insisted, and as a matter of fact, this morning, we're going to have members of the Faculty Association of the University of Liberia to share a platform and talk to us about some of their grievances. And it's good that the president is coming back today. So you see, Mr. President, we are serving you a very sumptuous breakfast to get your return started.
When
Oh yes, this is the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. These plus other issues making the news in Liberia. How about the Chief Justice?
Freedom fighter, you killing our
His Honor Yami Kukwik Bese.
freedom fighter, you destroy now.
Admittance to the both of you clearly violating the code of conduct and openly being nepotistic about the appointments at the judiciary level, undermining the independence and the integrity of our court system. Mr. President, these are all of the issues right before you and too many more. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, as always,
When they were coming, they said they were liberators.
I'm here with Hagar Gonda. We drive you straight up to 10 o'clock.
When they kill their ground, they think.
Today is Tuesday.
When they kill
We are paying 5,000 up to 25,000 Liberian dollars on the show. And today is the 60th anniversary of the Press Union of Liberia. We'd like to say congratulations to the very responsible, mature leadership there, headed by Mr. Julius Kanumba, who's been doing a marvelous job in restoring the dignity and image of the Press Union of Liberia. 6 years ago, the Press Union of Liberia was being used for the most part generally as the mouthpiece of political oppositions around here. And today we see a more objective, more balanced, more responsible press union, reflective of the true essence of independence and, of course, objectivity. We want to commend all of the men and women that are making this possible. Yes, there's a dawn of a new day in the union's history, where it stands in the middle and continue to remain a critical voice that speaks truth irrespective or no matter who's involved, and that does not get, if you may, threatened or intimidated by any power. So kudos. Even if it is a member of the union that gets involved, you speak the truth. The government, you speak. But what we saw before this leadership, that we all had to get there and say we will redeem our union, right? It was a disaster. And we enjoy how we flushed all of them out. All of those that were associated with desecrating the reputation and integrity of the Press Union of Liberia, we flush all of them out so they can go and do their politics. And graciously, all of them actively doing their politics. The other person that, the other party, the other person that, the other. So everybody go do their party thing, you'll lead our union. So our union is operating today, the 60th anniversary. Congratulations to all of us who are contributing and maintaining the position of this noble profession in our politics and in our society. Hagar, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you, and good morning to Liberians following us. It's good to be back here this morning to continue with the Liberian people's job. Too many things to talk about, like you've said, the basic. So we're going to be talking about all of these issues, and subsequently, we hope to talk to a team of professors from the University of Liberia, so we hear from them what's really going on. This is, as you are aware, I sent you a copy of their release that was done on yesterday, which sum up to the second release, just under less than a month or two. So what's really happening? We hope to talk about that and many others here this morning. Good morning to all of you. And Abu, today is the grand draw of the Back to School Bonanza.
Oh yeah, today
Yes,
is the 30th.
today is the 30th.
Oh,
So
wow.
for all of you who have played
Today is D-Day.
the D-Day, today is the D-Day. So in fact, this morning presentation of the show is considered as the final how they call it?
So that the last opportunity,
The last
it just slipped
opportunity
my
you
mind,
get to
actually.
increase. The last opportunity you get to increase your chance of becoming a winner of 100,000 or 50,000, maybe someone 25,000 or 10,000 here this morning. So all you have to do, pick up your phone for just 50 Liberian dollars. Pick up your Lone Star Cell MTN mobile money phone or 25 cents USD. You dial star
255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. If I'm in that case, what I would do when I play like 5 times and I win 5,000, for example, I just sacrifice that 5,000.
Because we're talking about
100,000 Liberian dollars here this morning.
So when you play that 5,000, you can most likely catch up with the rest of the other people that have been playing all through.
Because imagine if you play 20 times, it's $1,000. So if you're talking about 5,000, the 5,000, they're talking about 100 times. So if you've played before some 200 plays, you could be the winner of 100,000 Liberian dollars right here. So it's up to you between now to 8:15, let's say 8:10, because the time is 7 minutes to 8 o'clock. Between now to 8:10, we can see to do our first draw to give you money here. You can win your number 4,000, let's say your number 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 5,000, 10,000. You can win it here this morning. But the grand prize for the back to school bonanza that you've played for is today. So between now to 10 o'clock this morning, make yourself available so you be a part of those who could win 100,000 Liberian dollars here this morning. It is up to you. Let's go.
100, 25, 50, and
10,000.
multiple 10,000s here. So 10 o'clock, it all comes to an end, and of course we get set to run the draw and begin to call all of our winners. So you still have the last minute time opportunity to turn in your bet and make sure that you're well placed to be able to qualify for all that on star 255 star 1 hash. So you see, this is where our country has come. So you just have to hustle on this side, because if you think you say you get someone a diamond deposit in your village that in the long run you're also already putting Chinese men in the bush for our lay resources in our small villages and things. So when we hear you can't hustle on your lay. This is what Liberia has actually been reduced to. But again, at the end of the day, life has to continue. We're just very optimistic and hopeful that change will happen, and we're not going to stop, irrespective. And look, everybody at different level must see themselves as this agent that has to campaign and ensure that change happens for Liberia. You know, there are too many angles all across the place. Everywhere people are displeased, people are dissatisfied, and of course the frustration rate is climbing. It's so alarming, and no amount of sugar-coated propaganda can erase the narrative, or if you may, even water down on the impact of how people are feeling so destituted and of course frustrated about the dismal performance of leadership and governance in Liberia, particularly with all of the respect and of course hope that Liberians had in the experience and of course service of President Joseph Boakai. Credit to his long time in the public bureaucratic space. Unfortunately, all of these are turning out to be another round of disappointment. So every time Liberians go to elections, they make a decision, they come out thinking that the most basic issues are going to be addressed. Unfortunately, we go sometimes 10 steps back, if you may, sometimes even 20 steps back. So it is quite frustrating, right? We see countries are taking giant steps, giant leaps forward. We're talking Sierra Leone right here, we're talking Guinea, in spite of the fact that it is a military junta, right? Look at how they're making decisions for their extractive industry, their mineral deposits. Look at what they are doing for their bauxite and of course iron ore deposits, right? They have earmarked and have projected a vision 2040, right, for any kind of active exploitation, right, or exploration, right, or active mining of the mineral. So basically, all you see happening right now is company coming in, signing contract, building infrastructure, building capacity, sending Guineans out of the country to train and learn in specific areas, so that by the time they enter 2040, these are the people that take over the country, and they're not going to be sitting as spectators and then crying for county development funds. But in Liberia, the opposite is it, right? where our government will sign onto concession for 20-25 years. And in that 20-25 years concession, right, Liberians are primarily supposed to be spectators. We sit down, we wait for county development funds to come. When county development funds come, the superintendent and the lawmakers, right, will start fighting each other, and then the citizens will start fighting why those multi-billion dollars multinationals come to the country and exploit our resources, and we are fighting over peanuts in county development fund and get few beginners to the Ministry of Mines too, hustling for their Chinese, their Chinese miners to go there too and be paying them 15,000 every month. Terrible, but this is where we are. So, like he said,
tomorrow is the birthday of former Liberian President George Weah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And
so, like Hagar said, today being the final of the back to school, it's important that we continue to highlight so that you all will form part and then walk away with this very bumper prize. Now, just to begin with, while you were away yesterday, so you remember this thing in Foya, that project in Foya. You remember one fatal morning we sat on here.
Yeah, that 10
the
million
the person was doing project in Foya. The people started
they were
arguing and
forcing
forcing
us,
us, right? It didn't. And then that evening, Stanton posted the video. I said, "Good." So even when that video came out yesterday, there were some screwed-head, poo-poo water dancers still arguing that no, this is not true. You're trying to make it seem like because former President Weah did this, and so President Bouaka is doing this. Liberians, look, you have to stop. We have to pay loyalty to the country more, right? And I want to agree with even more. Recently, he has been writing that the atmosphere looks as though Liberians are paying more attention to political party loyalty than patriotism. We seems to be losing it, for the country and to political institutions. So Unity Party folks that are in power now feel obliged to always stand with their party irrespective. And this is not unique to UP. I like to be fair. Even with the CDC, there were seditionists who also felt that way. And they are all Liberians. So that is a general kind of observation across the board. And there are other people too who are supporters of Mr. Cummings, even though he's 1% man, but with all their 1%, they prefer that 1% than the country. So they will keep sticking. Imagine preferring 1% over the country. So we're at a point where people got to put the country first. Because 1%, how you compare 1% man to the whole country? You won't be loyal to 1% man more than the country. Anyway, Cummings out, man. But the man who kiss by is horrible. So sometimes you just got to use it to break ice and Hey, Alex Cummings. So I hear the man say, the man going see you, the man passing around the video.
I like those moves.
But is that going to help?
You never.
Do you think it's going to help me anyway?
One reason
to move from 7% to 1%.
One reason why
then you gotta start jogging by the goal.
One reason why
it's a clear
one reason why I think Cummings could make more moves and maybe he's still a chance to benefit at certain level.
To come back to 7%.
No, he could step up because the fact is, people believe we've tried the CDC. We've tried Bouaka or the Unity Party again. So maybe let's give another opportunity, especially this time to Alexander Cummings. Because he's so far going to be a neutral. So that's the attraction that he
remember, not just jump say, look, I know I've heard that narrative a lot, right? What people think like, oh, we try, and there's some other.
Let me say this to you, right? Liberians' decision making is based on try and error. Let me try the person. Let me try and see. So many of them don't go into something because of the belief that this person is able to.
If you say try and error, what do you mean?
Try and error.
Let's talk. Always put in a political context
in a sense that others believe, let's take for example, in the case of the CDC, others believe that George Weah and his government did their best in developing somehow in developing the country. Now, others believe that no, we did not elect him to develop the country. We elected him to ensure that the price of basic commodities on the market
Very important.
Okay, so now that he did not meet up that expectation, what the thing is, we can give him another chance. What can we do now? We've tried him already. Let's try another person. So when we try the other person, the person make the error, we remove them, we try another person. So once you continue to try, and whenever you try the person that make error, you remove them. You can't correct their error, but you remove them and put another person on the person try. So throughout, we are just on try and error.
Yeah, you may be right, but I don't think I agree entirely. Here's why, right? Because if that trial and error thing was anything to go, I think what primarily stands out for Liberian political decision making is there are key factors, right? Personality counts, right? Personality counts, and of course, knowledge of the person. I mean, it all boils down to the personality, and then you have the tribal and original, backings that it comes with. So, for the most part, if you have that insurmountable personality where you know there's a tag, like you see Ellen, right? Ellen came from a background of advocacy and neo, and then the women sentiment also played. So these things were factors that woo a lot of Liberians to Ellen, and of course, our international credentials and all these things that people believe that, of course, Ellen, as much as they went for her and twice, right? Then everything proved that whole experiment was terrible, was disastrous, was taking the country nowhere, and people were just enriching themselves and all of that. So they opted for the celebrity status of Mr. Weah, which stood out, right, as his biggest attraction among Liberian electorates. The fact that he already had a history and a record of attraction from the football field, right, and in representing the country at that level, global and all of that. So he has something that woo Liberians to him, right? So that was a political capital for Mr. Weah. So everywhere Liberians love him, inside, outside, Liberians love him. So he could step on that. His political movement could step on that, right, as a basis to springboard into the political arena and make a case. They did that, but mind you, when they left the United Party, they left because they were disappointed and felt that the United Party failed the country and failed the Liberian people and failed its own purpose. So they changed, right? But then when they changed and brought Weah, right, they had all of their new grievances and things and felt that Mr. Weah was not addressing them. And so what did they do? If they're doing try and error, holding all factor constant, they tried the United Party twice, right? And the earth, so they needed to try Weah, which they did. There was no reason going back to either of the two anymore, right? They should not have gone back to United Party. They should have considered then Cummings or any other person in the race. But it's about viability. Were there any people viable in the race compared to the two? Are there still any viable options for the Liberian people to pick between, considering the political culture and the basis on which decisions are made? I think no. It still remains United Party and the CDC. And I believe it's going to come down to United Party and the CDC, right? All Cummings can do is to try to develop himself into a formidable and, helping verb. I mean,
so you joined the United Party chairman.
I'm so say the United Party chairman is to develop himself into a formidable helping verb. Even that is challenged because look, don't take these things for granted. These regular opinion polling that happening around here, social media polling, radio polling, and all of that, of all of everything, right? The likes of Musa Belete are whipping Cummings in opinion polls today.
You're right.
The like of
even
Sir
Joseph,
is whipping Alexander Cummings in. This is a clear-cut disapproval. This makes you find something else to be doing and forget about politics. right? The marketing is poor, the PR is poor, everything is disastrous about Mr. Kumis. And I know I got some very beautiful friends there. So it will have to be a whole remaking until they're able to do that. But it's going to be difficult because people like Mariah are always going to be there, right? And what did they do 2023? They performed dismally, terribly, in spite of whatever they try to do. But when the analysis come to what did they do with Alexander Kumi marketing, they poorly marketed him, and today he looks like a goose that nobody wants to go for in the politics of Liberia. So I think it's going to be a giant waste of time. But let's see, maybe they have a whole new way to do it. Imagine, even as it is, as they're trying to build from the back, right? Yes, still Kumis is not making the news. I just chose to just bring it up so people riding KK and other people will just listen that they met Mr. Kumis. Oh, he stay here. Yeah,
I think basically
he has made some rounds, but it's making no news.
Yes, I think he got a poor marketing strategy. And in fact, his team of public relation officers are also poorly handling his efforts.
Even Sir Joseph, political parties chairman, makes more news than Kumis.
Yeah, you're right.
Can you imagine?
You're right.
So, more news than Kumis. When he makes appearance, I see it in headlines, I see it there, and it's been discussed. But this man was just in Battery Factory the other day. Another day he went to Niku Town. Imagine Niku Town, right? The man went to Niku Town. Yes, still. I know a lot of you just hearing it for the first time that Kumi was recently in Niku Town, less than a week or less than 2 weeks. Yes, in Niku Town, but nobody knows. Right here on Brodsky, nobody knows that Kumi was ever in Niku Town. How is that man going to be sellable? But it's a long haul. I wish them all of the best. Anyway, so project, right? So Eddie raised it yesterday, and for the first time, they anybody from the government of Liberia spoke to it, and unfortunately, it was it was this speaking from Mika Daniel Sanders. So the labor sounded so clueless, disconnected, and we've said this, right? So, and from the very get-go here, I think Austin will remember. As soon as the setup was announced, the PR setup for the government was announced, I knew we were headed for disaster. And every time it continued to manifest that these are you are putting square pegs in round holes, right? When you use people like Daniel Sano then to speak for the government, they have no professional clue. They do not have any contextual understanding of what public relations is. And of course,
because you get them there because they are loose talkers.
And of course, he was being used as a forcing machine for Yomli Kanga Lawrence all through her political struggle. He's been this loose kid that's always there insulting people on Yomli's behalf. But he's my friend though, right? So the kid came out yesterday and said that guessing that it is an MRU project. Yeah, it's an MRU project.
His understanding, he was not speaking from fact.
No, he was not speaking, not fact-based, opinionating about that. Is in terms of the government communication and all that. You have one other link here to the president's office every day making errors and terribly performing. And the thing we are looking for friendship from them. So yeah, all of you, So he did that, and everybody was like, wow, are you kidding me? This man is supposed to be, abreast or up to speed with information, particularly that has to do with the government and all that. So the man said, per his understanding, it is an MRU project, and the region MRU has selected that place because of the ideal nature of the area, connecting Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. But mind you, MRU
build bridge over there to transport to transport drugs in the country. They say that MRU project.
And mind you, right? The MRU today is beyond the 3 countries, right? So if you try to make it like, the MRU is not only limited to 3 countries, right? Africa is also part. Have you also excluded Africa from the MRU conversation? It's Daniel Sanders, right? So So other independent journalists and fact checkers decided to go beyond. But for me, I felt it was a waste of time because I know indicators. I know very well that what has to happen, right? Especially in a regional organization like the MRU will be open and accountable and transparent. They will not do things surreptitiously, right? Rather, if they have to do, there will be a general groundbreaking, and there will be media folks from Guinea, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, because they have to carry the report to the other areas and also spread the news. So it can happen like
And
that.
even the MRU, they normally release, they send out press releases when there are issues of such. You remember the bridge project around the southeast side there.
Yeah, Ivory Coast, and Guinea.
There was a release.
That was massive, but there was a
yeah.
massive groundbreaking ceremony for that as well, right?
Even as we speak, there are always routine media checkup there, and live podcasts and all of that are done there.
And that bridge thing happened weird time when they broke the ground and started the project. But now our many can see some beginner blogging, beginner say you go take that that Wagga project. But anyway, with no issue, Wagga will price. So Wagga project. So the deputy minister for public affairs embarrassed the government, embarrassed himself when he made those comments. I don't know if he felt he was commenting like a regular Facebooker or in his department, but any which way, it brought disgrace because what happened is that the fast check established that that was a deliberate misinformation, just like we said it on the show yesterday. And this is shameful and embarrassing. It has further exposed the government, right? It has further exposed the government. So our friend Julius Jer called the OKFM reporter from the county to ascertain on the ground. Say, y'all in the county there now. Let know from y'all. The whole thing that going on. Well, what thing y'all know about it, right? And it will amaze you to know that even the people in the county, that Kuku Jumuku thing, right? The place is heavily protected and nobody can go there until you show your ID card that you're in the government.
MRU project.
But for the issue of presidential pillar or presidential palace in Foya, was something that was circulating here as a rumor, but officially the county administration through the office of the Lofa County Development Superintendent did not one day disclose to the people of Lofa that such project is being undertaking or embark on in Foya. And again, let me just take it back. So
no, just hold on to that. So basically, Liberians. So for those of you sitting in Monrovia, say, oh, but our government team when the president move other people kind of the people in Lofa say they know nothing, but they say no official. Say no official in the country one day and I made mistake and tell them say, oh, the president being something else. But there is a project, right? The regional university project. That one they ain't even started yet, right? Just to do the clearing of the land. They put it on all the local radio in Lofa. But the other one, while you're sitting in Monrovia, you say, oh, that presidential project, it will go after and every other president. They say, we that yell, we even know the play. We know the community in, but when we're passing there, the security book can tell us, say, go back. When we're passing there, say, go back. Nobody not supposed to say, oh, but what are you doing there? Say, no. Kuku Jumuku. So this is how they are doing it. In order for you to go there, you got to show your ID card. Right? Folks, this is it. You can't do that to the country.
Yes, take it back. So you are saying the MRU or whatsoever, there was not an official groundbreaking for this project. You don't know about any groundbreaking that took place for this project?
No, whether from the side of the government or from MRU, there have been no program in that area.
Okay, assuming it's an MRU project, of course, we all know it will be a groundbreaking, a regional participation, and people will come from Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, and of course, Liberia. It will be a massive groundbreaking, and that will happen. The community people will be involved. The elders, the township, the youth, all of them will be there to welcome the project. And of course, their participation and support of the project will also be highlighted. That did not happen. On the government side, assuming it's a presidential project, right? Even on the government side, now one day, now one township you can call in that town, what they ever call, they say, oh, Township Flomogu, we're having groundbreaking ceremony here. The government coming bring massive project. Blah blah blah.
So Abu, the question here is if this is an MRU project as being alleged by the deputy minister, right? Why is it that there are more police presence and officers or presence of state security?
Even EPS.
Yes. So why is it that there are more presence of state security personnel at the Foya project, then the one that is linking the bridge that is linking Ivory Coast and Liberia. Because Abu, if you look at these two projects,
West Africa, West
yeah.
African
So if you look at
Where-
these,
where
if you look at these two projects, the one linking the bridge linking Liberia and Ivory Coast is more vulnerable.
Mhm.
The materials are out.
No
Open
no
where
police
state
go there.
security are supposed to be protecting
no
other,
police go
even
there,
more than
and private
even more than
security.
the one that is in Foya.
They hire the private security from Ghana. Imagine Ghana private security. Well, and you know, small kick dog and million run away. That I want money that be about project, plenty of money project, and you know on that side. For this side, that EPS,
Police and
Executive Protection Service.
Even I'm told AFL personnel are there as well.
I say all in the bush, you just deploy the men. As soon as you want party out of the hunting, you say they grab you. No, go back. Nobody can count on this side.
Program in that area. We have contacted several of our media colleagues, and even myself have been to Foya. But that project site is somehow barricaded, even except from top county officials that normally are allowed to even go in around there. It's somewhere around Shell where the Ebola, treatment used to be done. In Foya there, so no one is even allowed to go there except maybe top officials from the local county, administration.
So even you in the media have not gone to the project, have not gone closer to it at all.
No. No one is allowed to even go closer. Even people who have been allowed to go there, they were advised not to use. From people who have been there, come up, and I'm seeing photo of that place, of that area for people.
So who builds a presidential project, a presidential villa in secret like that, to a point where it go to all that barricades? So I mean, Liberians, this is the fact now. Those of you that doubted and said, "Oh, I wouldn't lying, people are lying." All we have asked the government, Mr. President, you are the president. You make decision on our resources, right? That's why the budget is the president's budget. The budget is tailored to suit your vision and, of course, what you aspire for Liberia. But, Mr. President, how do you, right, execute $10 million or more in the Foya forest without any evidence, right, of open bidding as required by the PPCC? Yesterday, I saw the PPCC was celebrating its 20th anniversary, and I'm like, we need to talk about that anyway, right? So, and this is where we are, Mr. President. And nobody, not even in the county, know that you are carrying out such a massive project. And then you made a decision, you took a decision to put a presidential villa in the bush where even the road to go there are not paved, right? What sense does it make? And we are spending $10 million from a poor country like this. You see, Mr. President, these folks around you always use these kind of things to steal. Right, I'm told your friend is the engineer for the project.
Yeah,
right, and you are pretty much telling me these small bungalows that they are putting in that booth for $10 million. Does it make sense to you? Right, $10 million, $10 freaking million. How is it so easy to steal from Liberia that nobody feels afraid to steal, and people just put a money tag, and and say that is it. They're just going to discuss it like women people say. They're going to discuss it for 1 day, 2 days, and that's it. So you can do whatever you want to do. This is absolutely unacceptable. But again, the facts are out. We as Exonerated Liberian people, it's in your hand. It's your charge. Take it, use it, right? Do whatever you can. But this information is for you, right? If you can justify it, fine. That's okay for you. But there are people comfortable with being poor. There are people comfortable that they only came to the warrior to be living, and then when B-Day come in, they go pie around, they bake other people, and then they have a fun time. They go back to square one. Then they pie around when school fee time come in, they pie around again. And there are people okay with that in this country, and that's why these kinds of things don't move them. It don't move them when somebody tell you that this quantum of stealing is happening in your country. It don't move you
because the fact is, Abu, they don't know what the impact of that amount could be like on their life when it's invested into government or I should say citizens driven projects. You don't know. Schools are reopening and in fact have schools, of course, yes, but there are government schools in this country that lacks even chalkboard. There are government schools that like chalkboard or even desk.
Even roofs down there.
But all of these things are happening in our country. But yet, 10 million United States dollars of our state resources is being used on projects that even the government itself can tell us, because when the information ministry speak, they are speaking as the public relation officer of the government, the direct spokesperson of the government or institution of the government that is responsible to speak on critical issues. Even the Ministry of Information can't tell us what the project being undertaken in FOIA, what it is for. And the deputy minister, they're guessing.
So they go lie on MRI. Daniel went and lie on. I don't know what is going to happen because this is disgraceful for the government. And I think something is going to happen. Something should happen, but nothing will happen actually. Daniel is the beginning that can be causing. Nobody is prepared to.
If the Chief Justice still seated over there, then what more can happen in the country?
Nobody is prepared to just go ahead and destroy themselves like Daniel is.
So yes, today we are fast moving. Like we said, today is the back to school draw, and you have the opportunity this morning to be a part of it. Increase your opportunity, increase your chance of being somebody to walk away with cash prize this morning, and also 100,000 Liberian dollars between
Liberia. When we come back, we go straight to the Ministry of Mines and Energy, because remember we have the offer folks right in the corner, and they too will be here.
So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands, all the right authority. They can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, from your own self-owned self-sign.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. You can see, so if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands, all the right authority. They can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia. Let's hold that one there and bring it down, folks. So, welcome back, and many thanks to all of you, our followers, our fans, the pimping riders, the motorcyclists, the SACAP, and all of you marginalized. And that's our base. For us, we go for the voiceless, those people who do not have voice in the society, who are struggling, their sectors are being attacked, and nobody's there to talk for them. Please come to us. We've sacrificed, and that's what we got to keep working together. And that's what we are now on a campaign on behalf of the Association of Mining Agent, aggrieved mining agents across the country, right? Who are now being coerced and compelled, in fact, in order for them to get their licenses or their assignments, they have to pay. There are instances where some are even extorted, up to $9,000 you have to pay before you get your approval to go and take assignment. You have to pay $3,000, and there are even conflict. There's a guy, one James, somewhere, in the southeast area there, right, where one of them. So we have on the screen. Shortly, we're going to have on the screen. Okay. Okay. So exactly. So we're gonna have on the screen for those of you watching, right? These are random photos from different illegal mining sites across the country and in our butcher. See the Liasim witness is across the river, right? And you will see these, right? Let's be flipping here. So you see in that picture, there's a Chinese man, right? And you see the kind of machine they're using. You see the environment, and there's a police officer down there. Hey, guy, you see that police officer, right? Nobody know how he gets assigned there. He care less about the legality of the environment, but under an arrangement where he to protect those, so that when the agents, the legitimate agents of the ministry go there to enforce, government regulations, right? These police people will intimidate and provide protection for these illegal miners. At the end of the day, right, these miners have a list. They have a list of top government officials from the security sector and, of course, the Ministry of Mining and Energy, right, that regularly collect kickbacks, allegedly, right? So these folks are there. Clearly, they're illegal, and that's why they're not developing. You see how the place is looking? If it was a legal operation, it will not be looking like this, right, Hagar? You see, they care less. These are dredges, illegal dredges. They pull it on the rivers, right? They dig all over our places. You see the forest. This is deep in the forest. Deep in the forest, they will go there because they have machines. The Chinese people, they are very sophisticated, so they have machines. They will come in your county, right? They will just run it. Sometimes they'll put a drone in the air and will do a whole sampling of the environment and tell them where minerals are and blah blah. We do not have the capacity to know these things. Then even the guys who are appointed or working at the ministry, they themselves do not even know, right? So the guys will come to Monrovia and strike illegal deals behind the scene with these agents at the Department of Mines, right? Under arrangement like 50,000, sometimes 60,000. But by the time in illicit financial transaction, by the time the giver tells you that they are willing to give you 50,000, that means they have seen the potential to raise 200 to 500,000. There is the potential to get 200 to 500,000. That's why he is willing to give you 50,000, and you see that as a big money, but you are robbing the country. You're robbing the future, right? And these things, they're equally polluting our river, polluting our environments. So most times down the village, you are there, but there's a heavy illegal mining activity going on, unregulated. So chemicals that are not supposed to be used, right, are used there. because the people already bribing and they want to get their money. So they're doing all they can. They will apply this chemical. There's some banned chemicals. They will apply them, and these waters will go down. They're affecting the agriculture. They're affecting the livelihood. They're affecting and polluting the rivers in and across our villages and towns. So you enter some villages, you're seeing the human beings, you're seeing their body, you're seeing them looking. You know they appear sickly, but you're wondering what is going on. These are some of
because they don't have safe drinking water.
Safe drinking water.
These activities,
and they themselves don't know what is going on. Let's go to the next.
In fact, some of them could be working with these companies, but because they don't understand the health implication of what these operations are causing on their lives, so they just work because they feel like they are getting their lives, their health condition is being threatened by the illegal operation that is being carried out.
So we told you that we're going to show you the videos, we're going to show you the pictures. So what what's on the screen now that we're showing is from the Dugbe mining district in Sano. Those of you from Sano will know exactly. You see, in this whole mining operation at the Ministry of Mines, I am told that the southeast, you see Sano, Grenku, these are the heartbeat. These are the top areas, right? There where people pay a lot of money. So the Dugbe mining district in Sano, where a Chinese man called Marker is mining illegally. So this is Marker's illegal mining site in Dugbe mining district in Sano County. And according to allegations and of course information that we've gathered, it is alleged that Carlos Tingba Edison, Awel Carr, and Williams Hens, all officials of the Department of Mines at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, right? These are the illegal machines they put on our rivers. You see, they put on our river. They're fetching minerals and getting everything out illegal. The government gets nothing. The country knows nothing about it. Even the communities where these things are being mined from, they have no share inside. They have nothing. There is no social benefit that goes to the people. And this is terrible, Mr. President.
And these companies and these Chinese are feeling comfortable working because they get a backing of officials of government.
And you see police there.
At their expense.
We come here, we tell you that Gregory Cuomo has privatized the Liberia National Police. You take the money and send them all across. At the end of the month, you know how much the people can raise, but we'll come there. So under this arrangement, these three individuals are accused of receiving from Michael, the Chinese fellow, right, $20,000 monthly. However they share, that's up to them. Imagine, do you know the value of whatever mineral these guys collect from across Sino County daily, weekly, least to talk about monthly, and they've been operating for so long? And do you know where they can go collect their money? I know where they can go collect their money. So a week ago, according to sources, Carlos Tingba received the amount of $30,000 from some Chinese people so that they could work in Lofa County with illegal documentations. With illegal documentation, a whooping $30,000, Mr. President. It's good that you're here. These things are very sensitive conversations, and we're bringing them to your attention. Once upon a time, told you inquire about it, and of course, the minister provided, unclear narratives and all of that. But this thing still continues. Also, he received, according to agents, aggrieved agents, he received $9,000 from a mining agent called James Tiller, right? So the names are there. Mr. Tingba, if you can argue this, right? $9,000 from a mining agent called James Tiller, who's assigned in Grand Jide. He collected another $3,500 United States dollars from another mining agent called Anthony Cabo, who's assigned in Grand Jide, right? The arrangement, according to what I was able to gather, is that James was asked to pay that sum in order to retain his assignment or deployment in that mining district. But it turned out that upon collecting the money from James, right, Tingba and the folks opted to reassign James to another mining district, for which Jim insisted, and then collected 3,500 from this other fellow, Cabo, Anthony Cabo, for Cabo to take assignment to James mining where James was vacating. So none of it has happened, and I'm told Anthony has been raising issues and complaining. A mining agent assigned in Grand Jira named Junior Weir complained that Carlos told him to give him 3 million Liberian dollars every month. We're talking Grand Jira. I told you that they say all of those associated with the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and are aware that the southeastern part are the heartbeat, and all of the agents want to go there, and people who have the authority are assigning. They are assigning for themselves. How you call them? They are assigning. Yes, and those volunteers we put directly to them. $3 million. So if individuals are able to assign people to these places and illegally they can generate, and there's the capacity to generate $3 million Liberian dollars that comes in one or two officials' pocket directly monthly, what happens if we can take a patriotic stance and approach to ensure that these monies come to national government, right? And then national government will utilize this money to intervene into the social services or basic needs of the Liberian people across these different mining districts. But go to these places and see people living in abject poverty. And you have few folks sitting in Monrovia because they have one green presidential letter and they're abusing the letter and the privilege. And of course, they are exploiting from our Liberian people. But again, who has the appointing authority is the president. And that's why we're placing these conversations before the president, right? $1 million. $3 million every month if he wants to stay on his assignment. That is to say, if you want to stay on that assignment, because the assignment is very lucrative, so you got to agree that you give us $3 million Liberian dollars every month. Then you stay there. Then we will not change you.
So about 54,000
USD. Yeah, every month. Imagine. So the boys are milking. So Minister Pay is in the know, according to my sources, of everything that's ongoing. Minister Pay, William Hens used to be at the ministry during the Ellen era, left from here, went to Italy also, where he's married, and then William Pay took over the place. The Deputy Minister for Operation is aware. Fasev Morba, Carlos Tingba Edison, and Idora Blay Pichat has damaged the entire ministry. These are the folks that are associated and tied to this 3 million request that's coming from the southeast and in Grand Jira, to be particular, directly. So that's around, if you do the conversion, that's around $20,000 monthly, just from one mining district. Just from one mining district, folks. And the people sit down in Monrovia, as soon as you thought women pay will wear fun thing.
The guys are so crafty, Abu. If you look at this picture, you will see that this is the center of the forest.
Center, oh yeah.
So they will live far from the town or village and move into the forest. Then they go in the forest, brush around. That's how you see them. Look at where they are. Look at the machine operating.
The machine is sitting there. So you're in the town, you don't even know what's going on because you're not hear the sound. They will just carry the heavy machines and put them there, and then you see the one that filtering machine, they will filter whether that gold, they will take it off, whether that the other thing, any mineral for that matter. Any mineral for that matter, they will take it, they will collect it, put in the bed, they carry out. So while we are sitting in Monrovia, fighting each other, right, burning each other house, running beyond single mothers are selling Chinese blasts to survive in their own country, they running behind them, chasing them, police people are venting anger against these people, but the very same police people are protecting multi-million dollars illicit mining activities across the country. What does that say to you about the country? Right? How do you apply or enforce the law on poor people in Monrovia who are selling for ends meat? Right? Channing Blasses, Mr. President, on Randall Street, Macklin Street, he said they should leave. It's violating the city ordinance. Understandable, right? But then you compromise on people who are stealing millions and millions and stealing the future of the country. And then William Pace says there as the Minister of Mines, clueless about anything that's happening around him, right? Right? And silent on everything in spite of all of the alarms and the concerns, and have launched no investigation, Mr. President.
That is because, according to report, he's allegedly involved.
Involved, of course, right? Or deployment of volunteers in the field. You get your own mandate. Your mandate is being violated by undermen, and you take no action. And the volunteers that are now being assigned, right, because of confidentiality and whatever, these are family relatives of the different ministers and directors, right? And we're not just saying these things, we're showing you pictures, we're showing you images, right? Let's go to the next one. Okay, that is the final one. And so, Mr. President, the boys in your coat. So I got this again. Say, brother, what's up? It's not easy in the ministry. The director of mines, Awel Carr, and Assistant Minister Carlos Timber combined the mining districts. So they have combined the mining districts. So instead of assigning agent to each of the mining districts, so they will have 2 in 1. 2 in 1 or 3 in 1. And listen to what they do. 2 mining districts to a mining agent. So they'll put 2 mining districts under one mining agent in the system, right? In the system. But in real life, the mining agent is assigned to 1. But in the system, and what the government know, that 1 mining agent there. But technically, coming from the guys in the field, there are 2 mining agents. So they will assign that actual government of Liberia mining agent to 1. And then what they will do next, right? They will then assign 1 volunteer, which will most likely be a family member assigned to the other 1. But that person is unregulated. That person in the area that they assign is not highlighted in the system, in the database. So that person is operating squarely at their discretion. You understand? And reports directly to them. So these volunteers, family members, are reporting to them on a weekly basis. They tell you how the people, not joking. So they think, yeah, whole money just put the men there. So all the Ghana men you get illegal money. All the Burkinabe men you get illegal money. All the Chinese men you get illegal money. Every month you collect from them, they send it. You come every week. You come, you deposit your bill. You go by. There is a fee that's supposed to be paid for this thing. There's a fee that's supposed to be paid for survey, right? To do survey. And class B survey, I'm told, is around 1,500 or so.
The exploration you're talking about.
Exploration.
Yeah.
But yeah, once that exploration, they will go and do the survey and things.
Of-
That survey fee, I'm told, is even being compromised. So the survey fee, this is what Mr. President, you have to send your people, from the Ministry of State and the Ministry of Justice to go to the Ministry of Mines and have a very detailed conversation with these folks and kindly invite the presence of the aggrieved minor. They have even more damaging details to save Liberia, to save your administration, save your legacy if there is one. Only if you're interested in your legacy. Okay, so if he has one and he's interested in it and he's committed to his promises to the Liberian people and want to achieve it, Mr. President, act to preserve and save and protect our natural resources, God-given natural resources. And these people will think that they are making money, but no. What are they? That peanut. The guys, you know what I mean? You know how many Chinese people get in our booth? They will just get legends to go do some kind of survey there. You know how many Chinese? The Chinese population They're not in Monrovia. They're not in the cities. They're in the bush. They're sleeping there. They're doing everything because they see the minerals there, and they're not leaving from there. So we will keep causing loss among ourselves here, moving from CEO to the other place, blaming each other, right, hanging around for small money, while people are taking millions from the country. And then few people, young people, someone in their 30s, their 40s, are there as agents collecting chicken chin to compromise. And somebody say, oh, you got to lead a thing, oh, that young man. No. For me, I always believe that our friendship will always remain, but what we have to speak the truth, we speak the truth. And it will be up to you if you think you don't want to be my friend anymore. But being my friend, what benefit does it even have? So it's a waste of time to say, oh, you want to keep speech from me, because you know it doesn't even bother me. Once the fact has to be said, it will be said. Mr. President, finally, let me conclude this, right? This volunteer family, right, will do that. This is corruption, Mr. President. Under the watch of Minister Wilmon P., we have other mining agents that are passing around without assignment. One of them just left and all that. You have legitimate government mining agents. They will refuse to assign them,
but instead they want to assign family members.
Family members are volunteer, and these volunteers don't report to the government of Liberia. The volunteer report to the individual that assigned them, and of course, the surveying fees they give it to. They tell one guy, somebody is in charge. They tell the person, okay, don't make this deposit. When the survey fee come, keep them. Keep them. So what they do, they will go on and be signing and be taking money and don't want to sign. They will take money from the fellow and don't want to sign. So let's pay cash, and we come back. We continue from here and open the phone lines.
Yes, of course. And today is the back to school jackpot draw. So all of you who have been playing from the start of the month up to where we are, the back to school, the jackpot draw is on today. So the playing you playing this morning, we come and give money to some people, and then the draw is going to be later on, where somebody is going to be walking over 100,000, 50,000, or 25,000, and several persons will be walking over 10,000. But let's give out just 5,000 to somebody here this morning. Good morning.
When you see the private cars the boys are riding, I will post them.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. This is Hagar. I'm here with Abu. We are on the Freedom Morning Rise.
Oh, okay.
Did you play our cash giveaway this morning?
Yeah, I play.
How many times you did so?
I played this morning 3 times.
So have you been playing before?
Yeah, obviously I've been playing before, and I also been winning before.
Oh, okay. So today is the back to school draw. You can choose to increase your opportunity to win 100,000 this morning just by playing.
Oh, okay.
But check up on your phone for playing this morning. You've received 5,000 Liberian dollars. It's already on your phone.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so you too can be like him and others. The code is *255* for just 50 Liberian dollars or 25 cents. You could be the winner of 100,000 Liberian dollars, or also win for yourself 5,000 here as instant cash prize here this morning. So Abu, too many things to talk about.
Yeah, correct. So let me send you. Let's match the faces, and let's match the faces so that we know some of the people. The Liberian people know some of the people that are treating them the way they're treating them. So we have one Jojo, who is an immigration officer, and we have a friend to the Deputy Minister for Operation, Mr. Hens, and then we have his in-law as well, and then we have Mr. Hens himself. Right there, this picture is taken from Germany. The man is in Germany in the cool, enjoying himself. Why? And in fact, information is that the young man is not even in the country right now as we speak. So these are private vehicles that the guys have. See, these are private vehicles that they have. So Chinese people send them to Inagodis, right? So these are just to tell you and bring you the clearer picture of exactly what is happening, the wanton breakdown, and of course, breakdown at the Ministry of Mines and Energy Forget about the painting that's on the wall. Forget about those paintings. Those are the vehicles, the three of them. The director of mine, these are the private, not the government assigned, each of them. And in the minister's office part, we'll find a whole different day to talk about that. Almost each of the assistants in the Mr. P's office, all of them have vehicles. They got to tell how they got these vehicles. It's all products of the cartel that's working to decimate and of course illegally just take from this country while the rest of us are in abject poverty, and a few of them are mortgaging our natural resources. Sadly, the Ministry of Mines and Energy is getting rotting daily at the expense of mostly incompetence, low life, and of course unpatriotic bigots, Mr. President. And I'm told this is Jojo Tubeless, as she is affectionately called on Facebook, works at the Liberia Immigration Service, but is the girlfriend or concubine of Deputy Minister for Operation William S. Haynes. That is all right there, right? So this lady, as we are told, at the Ministry of Mines, right, and Energy, this lady is one of the main characters that is contributing to the backwardness of the ministry. How? Mr. Womapi is trying very hard to clamp down on illegal mining activities in the country, but his Deputy Minister for Operation Hands friend, let me put it that way, is collecting monies from Chinese people. This lady is accused of collecting money from Chinese people. She's like the third-party agent, collect money from these Chinese people to go and process and document for them to go and do illicit operations in concessional areas, right? So she collect these monies to protect them through her quote-unquote friend, the Deputy Minister for Operation. This is counterproductive, Mr. President, and has the propensity to undermine the effort of your government. Undermine the effort of your government and the effort of your own arrest agenda. This is an industry that has very huge revenue potential, but clearly, with the proliferation of illicit mining activities, this has significantly hindered the prospect and capacity of the ministry to account for even 30%, of the resources that comes out of the place on a daily basis. Bulk of the resources from the mining industry goes to clandestines, and of course, illegal operations, bypassing standing procedures and all of that, and that these things are being engineered by individuals who are paid taxpayers' money to mine these things are the most troubling and the most disturbing, right? So I have a video that I want to play, and then once we are done with that, we will hold it here, take some calls, right? Take some calls, and then move to our conversations with the guys from the University of Liberia. The issues are so. You're wondering whether we're going to move from in this trash or in this mess anytime soon as a country. Right. Let's hope this other video download. This is the real one where you hear the guys arguing and confessing that, telling the agent that you don't know we have your B people here, their name monthly. Say when you go in, you put in it on camera. You must also put the name of your BB minister there, the inspector. Then you must put their name on the video. So the guys don't even respect the agents anymore. So, fellow Liberians, this is where we are. But the president goes to the United Nations and tell the people that this country will commit 3.8 billion, right? To youth, gender, and all the other programs. Where's the money going to come from if money is leaking? This very president and government and country is also pursuing. We are praying. Pastors, imam, and everybody are praying that we will secure the MCC Compact grant to help us in other areas. Coming from the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and it appears clear that the very institution that's supposed to be clamping down on this has elements accused of what? Facilitating these kinds of illegal activities across the country. So what justification do we have to prove to the MC that the laboratory is responsible to manage adequately the MCC Compact grant? Mr. President, these are conversations that has the propensity to undermine the possibility of any MCC, particularly if we do not take practical action. If we do not take practical action, right, to arrest this situation and put it under control, the willpower must be demonstrated, Mr. President. The guys are crying. Patriotic librarians are saying, we are agent, we are assigned, we are sleeping in the cold here. When we go to the places, the Chinese people are talking to us, and all they will tell us that we have this person, we have that person. And our own investigation has unraveled names of officials within the Mines and Energy department, within the Department of Mines. These are the people, Mr. President, and these are our allegations according to the concerned mining agents. These are our allegations, Mr. President. These are the individuals we believe. So do your investigation. They're creating negative image, terrible and disastrous image and reputation about the integrity of the government. This is it. What are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? Young people having the opportunity to serve as example and help their country are the ones today being accused and standing in the center of one-term compromise and undermining the nation's mineral resource deposits to foreigners. Once upon a time, during the regime of former President Weah, these were the young people accusing the lack of Minister of State Nathaniel McGill of having people in the mining sector and the mining industry. Today, you come to power, Mr. President. What you accuse people of that you could not prove, there are evidence, practical evidence coming out, right? Implicating officials of your government. And this thing has been running since. So here's the latest letter the concerned mining agents have written. And another thing, Mr. President, I'd like you to know is that what Women Pay and Deputy for Operational Hands and others have done at the Ministry of Mines are going to make it difficult for you to see people coming in directly to get mining license or licenses. The fees, the new fees that are being introduced are going to create more room for illegal mining activities in the country. Brace yourself. Why do I say so? The fees are unthinkably unreasonable and high. It's going to discourage a lot of people. A lot of people not going to have the capacity to pay those money, especially when there's a window of possibility for illicit dealings. So if you show you want to implement this new pricing effectively, Mr. President, you have to stamp your feet down on ensuring that the loopholes are dealt with and the corporates are reprimanded. And these people are punished so that the system knows that indeed there is only one way. So it's, if you want to do mining, you either have to come through this way or you exit. But once these things remain unaddressed, Mr. President, I can guarantee you, the moment you roll out, you, Minister Pay, the moment you roll out that pricing, right? For the first time, you find people coming. Going forward, nobody will come to renew their lesson. Very few people, and they will still be mining and taking mineral from the country. So is it a calculated plan to rob Liberia? So let's increase the price so that some of the people that are acting like, they're paying the government, they'll come be paying to all through the back door. What's the essence? What informed the increment? What strategy do you have in place? What strategy do we have in place as a country to ensure enforcement, to ensure proper regulation? To ensure proper regulation, what system, what mechanism do we have in place? Because you know what, when the natural resources of this country gets robbed or gets taken away, empowering foreigners who will collect the money, and when the places are depleted, they will go back to their country. They will no longer remember that there's a country on earth called Liberia. There is no longer, they will no longer absolutely have anything to do with this country. And that's why we have to be particular about preserving and ensuring that the natural resources of this country benefit the citizens. If we keep this place loose like this, where few young men would think it's an opportunity to ride the latest Nissan Murano, the latest Ford 2025, white color, Mr. President, posterity is going to come here and judge us wrongly. You don't want to end your public service with an embarrassment and disgrace that posterity is always going to judge you by. You want to live here feeling accomplished and to have your grandchildren equal, using your name and your hands and your administration to damage this place, Mr. President. I believe, in spite of being your critic, I believe, Mr. President, you need to double up, step up your game. Just in Madagascar on yesterday or so, the youths are taken to the streets. The youths are feeling left behind. They're marching the street of Madagascar, drawing inspiration from the Gen Z actions in Nepal and Kenya. So the war is gradually cultivating one approach to solving stubborn national leadership problems. And who told you Liberia is an exception, especially when the evidence becomes overwhelming and the reality of suffering becomes so inescapable? Mr. President, you want to prevent these things. And that's why people like us, as much as some of your officials who call us names, who brand us anyhow, that's their business. But we remain loyal to the cause. We remain loyal to the Liberian people. We remain loyal to this republic. And our loyalty must be demonstrated in our collective commitment to ensuring that what is right remains right and what is wrong be condemned. And irrespective of who's involved, irrespective of the friendship, irrespective of the family ties or whatever, because we're running a country here and it has to be communicated that way, that we're running a country. Everybody must understand that we're running a country. So the follow-up letter was written. We hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirit. We are writing to you today as a follow-up to our previous communication sent to your office on August 8th regarding the serious allegations of corruption within the Ministry of Mines and Energy, specifically involving Deputy Minister of Mines for Operation Williams S. Haynes, Assistant Minister of Mines Carlos Tingbe Edison, and Director of Mines Awel A. Carr. As you are aware, corruption undermines the very foundation of governance and public trust, particularly within the sector responsible for the management of Liberia's rich natural resources. Our earlier correspondent highlighted specific instances where unethical practices may be disadvantaging both the state and its citizens. It is imperative that we as a nation take a firm stance against such malpractices to preserve the integrity of our government and the welfare of our people, Mr. President, the concerned mining agents opine. The mining and energy sector play a vital role in Liberia's economy and have the potential to lead the country towards sustainable development. However, the presence of corruption within this ministry poses a significant threat to these goals. Allegations include mismanagement of funds, lack of transparency in contract awards to renovate the different buildings, right? So the allegations of corruption, all that painting you see on the place. So in the contract, just as it was reported that the people from the Ministry of Internal Affairs did, they put a big head of money there, and then in that contract, you go to the minister's house and build the minister's house. You go to the deputy minister's house and build the deputy minister's house. Government of Liberia pay for it. Mr. President, do these things interest you, or you're just concerned about the flashy report that they'll do, they send to you? Oh, Mr. President, we're making progress. You know, the people were they were spoiling the country, we're facing the country, and that's all.
That's the only way they can justify.
Mr. President, you got to go beyond these narratives. Mr. President, CDC is no longer your problem. Mr. President, focus on the trust of the Liberian people, deliver on it. People are riding on this, your sentiment against the CDC and Mr. Weir. People are riding on it every time. All they have to do is send you a report. Oh, Mr. President, these boys were spoiling the country. These boys, and why they are stealing. Mr. President, can you imagine? Right? Can you imagine? Mr. President, allegations include all of these: collecting money from mining agents for assignment letters. Collecting money from mining agents for assignment letters. Mr. President, was that what the rescue promised? Was that what the rescue government promised the Liberian people, that when you come, you'll be collecting money from mining agents for assignment letter, recalling mining agents because they refuse to do their daily deeds, their daily or dirty deeds, collecting huge amount of money from Chinese to allow them to work illegally, building properties that their salaries can't afford in Marshall, Robert Fee Highway. The one in Marshall, I'm told, is the Deputy Minister of Mines. The one on the Robert Fee Highway is the Director of Mines, and Samukatan in Caldwell is the one belonging to the Minister of Mines and Energy, Wilmon P.
God.
And the potential, but remember, these were the people behind the lack of Samoa Wolo calling and other people that they're building properties, Mr. President. The very agents from the Ministry of Mines are telling us and the general public that, look, these locations, you know, they are working, so they didn't call their name. But behind the scene, all the locations they put there. Marshall, the Deputy Minister for Operation, Ralphie Highway, the Director of Mine, Samukatan, the Minister proper. And the potential for favoritism that often results in unfair or unjust enrichment at the expense of the public asset. Blah, 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 Mr. President. These are wanton allegations that you must find necessary to intervene and investigate. But tomorrow we'll be here and talking more until the president takes action, because we can be begging for MCC compact, and then, Mr. President, these things are happening. You can be asking for MCC compact, and you have the PPCC boss conniving with the vice president's office and and senators and representatives in this country, and the Minister of Public Works, right? Safuni, and diverting project money, diverting and Safuni contract money, and issuing unjustified no objection to projects that make no sense, and contracts are being awarded to people who have demonstrated no merit, but only because they have a relationship with the former with the vice president And of course, they used to supply him trucks that he sent to Golden Verolium, and they're doing all of these things to the country. And yet, somebody is telling us that we are in the capacity, or the government is responsible enough for MCC compact grant.
Let's speak few calls on this topic. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The numbers. Our WhatsApp line is as well active. You too can call us on WhatsApp +231 886 500 104. And if you're just joining us, the back to school promo, the draw for the back to school bonanza is on today. So you have to play this money and increase your chance of being a part of those who could win 100,000 Liberian dollars or 50,000 Liberian dollars right here. So *255*1# or *255*1# for just 50 Liberian dollars or 25 cents. Let's talk to somebody here. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Chester Adams, and I join you from Josephville. Let me say thanks for the show.
Okay.
And they say one thing I note in life is about history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at a point in time when I saw the appointment of women pay and Carlos Timber, then it reminded me of the day Carlos Timber was chairperson in Soup, going beyond the central committee to do business. And let me tell you something, anywhere women pay go, we always recommend Carlos Timber. Women pay was PLP chairperson, the men's Carlos Timber, the youth chair, because he wanted to distribute the people resources. Daha, Cassette, told him to remove women pay that of Carlos Timber. You today, women pay want to mention less about. So he did similar recommendation, so at least Carlos Timber can be with him while they go around stealing money. That is a strategy. You always using Carlos Timber as a man who can execute those bad behaviors. These guys are criminal, check their record, but we don't know how Booker did his appointment. But some of these guys who are in
and you get real people who were suffering and beyond the rescue team. You got young people, with integrity. They didn't get opportunity. Then y'all who get an opportunity, you're abusing the people struggle that they work for. Sometimes I can reason with the United Party beginning I can be complaining to them.
The man and Martin Cordy went behind us in two places. But at that point of time, we could not leave Martin Cordy, so we thought they wanted to leave Carlos and allow Martin Cordy to flow because he was the most vulnerable. There's the reason on Costa show. Costa thought they wanted to protect Martin Cordy and go for Carlos Timber. And Carlos Timber will expect for the party for doing that. Because of criminal behavior, how did Joseph Boyer come to extent where you have to make Carlos Timber and assistant basis of that?
Okay. Thank you very much. And thanks for that historicity, and it's important. So this is just coming in that the LEC poll at the house around the president's house area there failed last night because the poll, according to sources, was rotten, but state security ain't allowing anybody to take picture of that. So, but anyway, so for Leopold to be falling, so it has caused disturbing traffic. I think that's why it's becoming a news thing, because it's creating a situation in the environment. Traffic is being detailed.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, this is Mandela calling for Oniboro.
Go ahead.
Yeah, about the analysis you gave concerning 1%, that's just the truth. That just when this man came, the people were going to him. Obviously, when he got to know two things that were for you, the lead of one of those, and the two things about me coming, the 1%, and it will be her. For the women pay issue that you're talking about, I made that up as well. Waka, he wouldn't put people in a government because he said he corrupt. This is what Cassette miss all of them when he found out that corruption he did. I miss that man that Cassette, the late Cassette is a business thing in my heart. Because you want to be the kind of leader that will not tolerate any form of get that he is. But Waka, does he fear? He doesn't fear. Hey, he has a part of what coming in. So he will never do anything about it.
So what you're trying to say that when Cassia removed or paid from his party, he did it because of this same thing?
Yes, corruption. The money that goes to go to report people call and I say you should be giving all but
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Let me take 3 more calls. Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
This is Edward Card, and giving this presidency to the fire to deliver, which he has refused to do so. When you expect anything good to come from the money era, when you have the president children that are employing him almost all of the business in the country. So that is just clear. Go right here, Tony. As you get to Tony, so you hit the district, you'll be hearing drag on the same ball. And every Saturday, you have the agent from the landmine and energy visiting them. And when they go in there, they are going there on the instruction of the guys that are in position at that institution. So the guys struggle around here. You take their place over a lucrative position. What are they going to be doing? To take on to themselves what they can take because what is happening in the Unity Party government, there are a lot of uncertainty. We that also will know they are inside, they are aware of workers' situation. So they want to take anything for granted.
All right, thank you very much. Lastly, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And let me say good morning to Ega. This is Washington Source, and I come from Israel.
Okay.
You see, it will be very, very difficult for Waka to punish any of his officials for corruption. Because the Baka himself is corrupt. The man is taking 10 million of Liberian people money.
All right. Now we're not different discussion by itself, but this other one here, they won't see. But anyway, we got to hold it there because we have our guest already from the University of Liberia. He's come very late, but any which way we can squeeze him. So I'm watching something live from the Tubman University there in Maryland. I think there is a protest that's being staged. Students are agitating for what? We'll find out subsequently to tell you. UL is in some noise, and then Tubman University joining and all of that. So at this juncture, let's just go across to welcome our brother, Chief. Good morning. Welcome. This is Freedom FM.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Good morning.
I'm fine. How are you? Can you kindly introduce yourself for us?
My name is Eric Patton. I am a faculty of the Department of Fisheries and Aquaculture Sciences.
Okay.
In the Science College. And I am the Secretary General of the UL Faculty Association.
Okay. Hey, I'll just go from there and then we
continue. Thank you, Abu. Thank you. So, Mr. Patton, let me to say welcome. So, how is the University of Liberia, particularly the Faculty Association?
Well, for now, as of yesterday, we have resumed activities. We had an emergency General Assembly yesterday, and normally decisions of our Faculty Association are embedded within the General Assembly. There is a limitation to what decision the executive can undertake, and there is a provision in our Constitution. For example, there are sometimes the executive can decide to say, because of this risk to faculty welfare is not issue, all faculty should stay away. That can be an executive, because there's no time to call an emergency assembly. But if there are issues that you have the chance to call and everyone is supposed to participate, our Constitution provides that the executive alone cannot take that decision. We have to call all of the faculty so that people will give their different views and then we come to a conclusion. So that's what we did yesterday. Emergency assemblies are permitted by our Constitution because there could be emergencies that will exist within the time frame. But legally, we are supposed to call assembly once at the end of every semester.
Okay.
That's by our Constitution.
So this rigmarole between you, the university, and of course the adjoint faculty. How far are we? The latest release from the Faculty Association that you are the Secretary General of said you people have decided to disengage from all academic activities of the UL. We thought this thing came up first, and there were conversations around that.
No, what we released yesterday was a re-engagement stuff. So,
Okay.
so we urged our members to go back. But you mentioned adjunct. I don't think it's much between us and adjunct because we are the lab at the university. We are employees, right? So the way the university is such that I am faculty, like this semester, I have 4 courses, 12 credits. That's my required load. Now, under the university's policy, a full-time faculty must carry its full load. That's 12 credits, 4 courses wherein there are 3 credits, and 3 courses wherein there are 4 credits, maybe for mathematics or some engineering courses. There is also a provision that says that if you decide that you are available for additional courses to carry an additional 6 credits, we call that overload if you are a full-time faculty. Now, if you are not an employee of the university and you are a part-time contractor, we call you an adjunct.
Okay.
So the policy of the university provides that unless where in the case that a full-time faculty is unavailable or the specialized nature of the course cannot be found within the ambience of the department, then you can find an adjunct, right? So that's how you over years. I mean, there have been some issues with the way adjuncts are recruited and so on. I mean, we empathize with them mostly. Sometimes the full-time faculty will not need to stay out of classroom, but some of the time they stay out of classroom because I mean our guys who are adjuncts.
But yet, you stay out of class according to you because of some of the issues affecting them. But yet, in the last release on the 29th of August, they challenged that and said you have been against their interest. In fact, your release captioned their interest. So, as a result
My brother, you know, when you deal with people, you always expect that. I mean, there will always be. The university is an intellectual terrain. So you will never expect everybody is going to agree with your opinion, which we welcome. Because if everybody agrees about that, so there has to be disagreements, right? But what people need to understand is that an adjunct, a contractor, cannot have an association where there is a legally recognized association that the institution is supposed to deal with. In our office institution, adjuncts, or we call them part-timers, are associate members. They don't pay, but we recognize their presence, and so the obligation is on the leadership of Alpha to be able to advocate for their welfare because they are our colleagues on a part-time or adjunct basis. So over the time, we have, this is not the first time a certain group have come up to say they will have a certain adjunct, or this is not the first time. We have seen it. The difference here is that, unlike the last time, I mean, now people want to make it look political, and we are not a political institution. We are a professional group. We are an academic group. And all of the things we've been doing is squarely on a professional note. That's why, you see, we're not going to be running against our. And I can tell you that over 90% of the adjuncts that the very group seem to be representing distance themselves from those actions. Whether they were authorized to do it, if you go to the chat room, I mean, some of the colleagues reached out to us to show us, I mean, it was a whole big confusion. But again, we are one university and we are open for the interest of our students. We are now teaching.
On August 29, 2025, the University of Nigeria Faculty Association came up with this decision. The University of Nigeria Faculty Association Incorporated convened an emergency general assembly for full-time faculty on Friday, August 29, 2025 at 11 a.m. on the Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia. Today's assembly was predicated on the July 18, 2025 Constitutional General Assembly, which mandated the Executive Committee of the offer to present and hold discussions with the University of Liberia or union administration and other stakeholders within a period of 1 month on issues affecting the welfare of faculty. These issues include poor sanitary conditions, underscore that, poor sanitary conditions, long-standing faculty promotion, salary disparity, social security, issues affecting study leave, colleagues, and renovation of all campuses. Most recent issues include outstanding payment for all overload and vacation school salaries. Due to these unresolved outstanding issues, the faculty voted unanimously at today's, which was on the 29th of August now, today's Emergency General Assembly to stay away from all academic activities until a negotiated collective bargaining agreement addressing all offered issues are signed by the University of Liberia, the administration, the government of Liberia, blah, blah, blah. Therefore, all faculty members are urged to disengage from any planned academic activities on all campuses of the University of Liberia. Now, you came up again with another release on the 29th, yesterday, of September. You did a release, this time calling all your members back to academic activities. How far are we with all of your issues? Let's forget about the personal issue. Your salary, the first, maybe we can talk about that. Has the salary been
But the issue has not been salary.
But it was mentioned.
The issue has been, salary disparity.
Yeah.
Is different from regularity of salary.
Which is a personal interest, of course.
Yeah. So the first thing here is that when you go to a negotiation, we go with the mindset that we want to achieve. Everybody who goes to negotiation wants to achieve all of the demands, right? But there's another side of the table because there's another group across the table. So there will always be a push forward, a push back, a push forward, a push back. So what we did was set up triggers, right? There were triggers because the interest of the other parties is, hey, can we be going to school while we negotiating all the other issues? Our experience in the past.
So which other issues now?
Meaning they want us to go back to class while we discuss our grievances. But our experience in the past has been, no, whenever we go to class, everybody thinks that everything is okay because school is okay. So they tend to abandon our issues. We recognize that some of the issues are medium and long-term issues. But if we do not have a workable solution to address those medium and long-term issues, then it means we will not achieve those goals. Some of them are immediate. So what we did, we ourselves identified, because we know when we go to negotiation, we got to have a line to say, okay, when we cross this point, we could be reasonable to say, okay, this one we can have a conversation on this one. So we set up triggers. Right? So those triggers were, one, you're going to pay all the annual and overload for the first semester. You're going to clear the vacation school 100%. You're going to, they were owing our retention because we paid dues. They withhold that due and are supposed to be made it every month. So they had some months for us and they were kind of stifling our operations because our dues are being used as the bargaining chip for everything to provide loan to colleagues. So it was undermining that process. So we insisted that they provide all of the funding. And then the issue of our medical insurance, the medical insurance has been halted. And I mean, given the conditions of the campuses, you can risk yourself, by going to class without an existing coverage of medical. And we pay a portion of that as employees, while the administration also pays their portion. So those 4 issues were set as triggers.
All personal issues.
Yeah. No, it's not personal.
But everything you've said, as part of your first release done on the 29th of August,
yeah, so
you spoke about the condition of the University of Liberia.
No, it's not personal. It's not personal.
You're talking about your personal health benefit.
No, I mean personal health benefit that I pay for. a COVID.
But that's something that is for you, not for the students.
It is a person that is in the classroom.
But there are students, and as part of the release,
I do not speak for students.
As part of
I speak for faculty.
Chief, Mr. Parton, you did a release on August 29, which I just read. Okay, you speak for faculty. But as part of the first release you did, though you speak for faculty, you identify or recognize that the campuses of the University of Liberia are all in deplorable conditions.
So we
now, to your triggers that were set for as preconditions under which you could go back to classes. The University of Liberia, the sanitary condition wasn't mentioned in what you just listed.
Then you are making errors.
But you listed them.
No, listen to me. Then you are making errors. So I'm listing triggers. You have not even asked how are you going to discuss and resolve the other issues.
You concluded your list of triggers.
Listen, I gave you triggers, right? Triggers. And those are triggers that the UL themselves committed to. Besides that, in the very news, when the UL announced the government of Liberia support, they said the government of Liberia provided funding for immediate renovation of the bathroom. Now, let me tell you, there are a lot of things people do not understand, right? In 2022, between 2022 and 2023, on the Capitol Hill campus, because this issue of renovation and campus issue is not a new issue. The past government did some work, connected pipes, renovated some of those bathrooms, the existing bathrooms that were there, and showed that they did a borehole in the park to supply water to the bathroom, right? So it is the university's duty to keep that borehole functioning for constant water supply. Why that was not happening, that's the question we were asking on Capitol Hill.
Okay.
We also flagged the issue of Fender, where I'm based, right? That the bathrooms, most of the buildings there are old. But if you maintain them properly with the proper materials, because sanitary conditions, sometimes they come out there. The place is there, but if the hygienic condition is poor, people will not go there.
Sure.
And what we recognize is that the number of students, and that's what we've been saying, the number of students at the University of Liberia currently overwhelms the facilities that we have. We have not been making clear strategic plans as to how the intake of the university will impact the facilities. Why has that not been happening? That's a management. We at the level of our ODS, the previous year administration and the government, what is your strategic plan? Where do you intend to take the university? Because hey, I go to class, right? And I'm in a room that has no fan. We're overcrowded beyond the normal. I'm supposed to take maybe a certain level at the university. Stay at this time 75. I'll get 100, 120. By the time I finish teaching that class, I'm drained. So the only profit for me is to have a medical facility in case I suffer from a heat stroke, that there is a coverage. So you can understand why we will seek medical coverage because of the conditions.
So all of these triggers that were listed, what was the conclusion with regards to addressing it?
So the triggers were there that before we even consider moving forward on negotiation and how we do the other things, we need to handle these triggers. Now, what are the other issues? NASCOP, right? The history of this NASCOP issue is that since from 2012 to 2021, there is an employee component and an employer component. Employees were contributing, but the UL was not remitting to NASCOP. What they did with that money, that's another story. They also did not pay their component as the employer. So that accumulated to a staggering amount of 8.5 million US dollars. So we in 2021 had a protest and the government recognized NASCOP as one of the issues, right? So they decided that there will be an agreement between NASCOP, UL, and the government of Liberia. They did a tripartite agreement. Under that tripartite agreement, Ministry of Finance will no longer give our social security money to UL. They would directly pay to NASCOP. In that process, that's the employee component now. The UL authority now will supply the payroll, the soft copy of the payroll, so that NASCOP can be able to update. Because it's almost like an account. You are depositing in that account for retirement. So every month, they're supposed to update your account until you retire, right? Then the government will recognize the 8.5 million that the UL owed at the time as a public debt. That the government was going to pay that to NASCOP, relieving UL of the debt. So going forward, from 2022 up to now, Ministry of Finance directly remits to NASCOP the employee component. Now, the employer's component of the 6%, the UL is supposed to remit it. If they are not remitting that, it will increase the debt stock. So currently, probably UL are not being remitting their portion. So the current debt stock is around between 10.2 and 10.5 million, in addition to the 8.5 million. Now, in that tripartite agreement, there was supposed to be an arrangement of payment, right? Whether people win that payment, no. So what happened is that when they signed that agreement, NASCOP absorbed the first group of retirees. But now NASCOP is rejecting because apparently they are defaults. So, yeah, which is becoming risky for our colleagues because looking at the structure of the economy, the demographics of our faculty now, most of them are closing up to retirement. Of course, when you are closing up to retirement, you're really concerned about what you're supposed to get when you retire. That's the issue. But NASCOP could not be made an issue before scoping because it requires processes. You need to update or register with NASCOP. You need to ensure that you get your update.
Why were those ones that the government or UL accepted that we can work on?
So the UL has begun working on the restrooms, facilities, and recently you heard the UL announced that even the
universities, all of the campuses.
the golden class just provided 10,000 to do reservoir because there is a water supply system there actually. So water and sewer.
What about the general outlook of the buildings?
So the general outlook of the building will require government delivery investment. They committed in 2021.
What do you think you can use that to pressurize the government?
So listen, my brother. In 2021, the government committed to renovate the university. So that is the reason why if you go on Capitol Hill, you see some of the buildings that look right, changing of window glasses. A government is continuing, they were supposed to continue the process because they were providing the money in trenches. That is, by this time we do this, by this time we do this. So why? I mean, it's not continuing because you heard the argument about we put 1 million there for renovation, 1 million disappear. That was because of that agreement from 2021. So what we all need to do now is to follow the money that is there for renovation. Where is it going and why is it not impacting the structures at the university? So beyond renovation, my brother, I think we need to plan for new infrastructure. Because sometimes the cost of renovation can provide new structures. So we have the best. Our faculty is one of the most qualified group of people. In fact, the most, not one of them. They are the most qualified group of people you have in like we have structural engineers. So what you need to do is to make use of the resources you have at university to analyze your structures you have in advance appropriately, whether it is feasible to renovate a building or to construct a new one. If it is not economically sound to renovate the building but to construct a new one, we construct it. Besides that, we have said to the university, and we think one of the proposals you're working on is you need to tie your loose ends in terms of domestic revenue, internal revenue. Tie your loose ends. When you tie your loose ends, you may not get 10 million, but you will have some money which can be able to, in the interim, cater to some of the problems you have here while you're still lobbying with the government to increase your grant portfolio. So it's just about people listening. Why are they doing strike? Because people are not listening.
So now you think they are listening?
Well,
They could be mesmerizing you to return to class.
No, the thing here is that there's always a room. I just told you in my intro that our constitution provides that every semester we have one general assembly. So if they mesmerize us to go back to class, the public is the witness. We still have another assembly right before us for this semester. And we're going back to the
we see students.
So
we
said to the Minister of Justice, who decided now to be the mediator, that in the past, the mediator before he left, he said, no, I didn't leave. But when I inquired, they said everything was okay, but we said, yeah, we are here. And the reason is because normally when we go back to class, people take the foot off the wheel, right? They take the foot off the accelerator. So,
and you can still
now, I'm coming, my brother. You just said they get a student, they get a student side, right?
They use you like that before.
You said they got a student side. They got a student side. You know what you said? So there is a faculty side, there is the student side, right? So the government comes and say, okay, we recognize your issues, but please, hey, let's give us the benefit of the doubt again. There's the student side of it. We know we have these issues, but you have to be considerate. We say, yeah, but you got to handle this one because we too have welfare, we have families. Okay, we go back to the classroom. Offer is working. We set up committee. It is really important that your commitment is on the table so that we resolve those issues, because it is not that you can control us or, like you said, mesmerize us. No. It is not about a strong man and a strong woman battle here, right? It's a battle of reasoning. And when necessary, we reason and say, okay, the public needs to be the witness before back. So we have another assembly. We are the ones who knock on doors to say, you need to come for us to discuss, and we keep knocking. Because those are the evidences we provide to our colleagues when we go to jail. Because, I mean, if we had a parliament, that would be the most educated parliament. So they will ask you, what are the steps? So you have to outline the steps.
Okay. Eric Martin is the Secretary General of the University of Liberia Faculty Association. Here this morning confirming to us in the public that they've resolved to return to classes. Apparently, maybe because the CSA also threatened them. It could be too. But that's it.
The CSA cannot threaten us.
When it came to you,
he clarified because he clarified on his page that he was not talking to you. There is this our colleague. You know, the government created universities in the various countries, right? And we recognize the right of those people. Now, as university lecturers, you go to classes by schedule. When you are subjecting these people, when they get a schedule to go to class, you tell them, why didn't come before 9 o'clock, you draw a line on it. Okay. You say they late. It's happening at the universities in Lofa, in Lima, in Wong. I mean, those are issues. And these guys' issues, they've been there since last year. They call them the rural university. They put themselves together under the name Rural Universities Faculty Association because they are out of Monrovia. And all the CSM needs to do is to say, they can't be knocking on his door. They be at the legislature, they be at the president era. Why can't you call these people? You cannot subdue intellectual people at threat. You only worsen. I mean, the board of trustees at the university, they didn't solve the problem. No. Because you see, we know what we want and we are intellectual, but you don't threaten us.
All right. Okay, so yes, Eric Martin is here this morning. So we can now pick guest speakers on this topic. Also, don't forget today is the final draw or the back to school draw for all of you who have been following our back to school bonanza here on Freedom 87.9. So you can play this morning as well, *255*1# for 25 cents USD or 50 Liberian dollars. You can play here this morning and be a part of those who could be winning. I'll be putting draw plumbers of the show. I'll do at least 2-3 draws in sequence so you can play this movie. Let's be calls on this topic. Eric Potter is here with us 0776 104 104 086 5.104. For those of you at the University of Liberia, especially students at the University of Liberia, at least you can breathe in fresh air now. Your teachers have said, the professors have said, we will return to classes. But if the government fail to live up to the commitment, we could go back to where we were before. So yes, but all of these things that we've said while we're waiting for the lines to get sorted out, all of these things that we've said, was there any time frame set up to when the government or the UL administration is supposed to meet up with those
Okay.
commitments?
So like I said, we provided our own. Normally, when we go to this discussion, we don't go. Yes, we provide proposals, right? We outline our issues and we provided timeline. The UL is- I mean, we got different timeline for them recognizing the immediate, the medium, and the long-term issues. The UL is, so what we now need to do is for the committee of both sides to sit down and reconcile the timeline, right? Like we did in the past, we did it in 2021 with the government of Liberia.
So all the going by the classes, nothing among all of those issues you raised was touched immediately. All of them were promises.
So NASCOP is a promise.
Okay.
We want our issues, the police on steady leave. Their issues are burning issues.
Promise.
The promise.
Okay.
The renovation of the bathroom issue I started about. The complete renovation of all the campuses. Promise in the next budget. So
salary disparity
is a problem we had to work it on.
Which one the government?
The government paid the adjunct, the government paid the overload, the government paid the vacation school. We insisted that the union pay what they owed to the insurance company, and they paid some money towards it. And the insurance company has now opened up the insurance company, the medical insurance company. The money they owed to offer, they pay that money as we speak now. We are finalizing now to open up the loan facility again for our colleagues with EcoBank.
Okay, let's talk to our first caller here, Hussein Kel. Hussein, good morning. What's up? Go ahead, you like?
Yeah, thank you, man. And I want to say a pleasant good morning to your guests. My name is Hussein Kel. I'm not even sure. And the university is key to my heart. This is why I thought it so lengthily.
You always follow all the conversations we have here.
Yeah, but this one is key to my heart. And following. You know, nobody should do another thing for sensitivity in like following the show.
I'm not going to about.
Compared to this. So, moving forward, so let me appreciate for, this unique conversation. So I have a constraint. There is this action on taken by the university that we buy all student politics.
I think with that it is from the administration angle you can get that clarity. Yeah, I guess. Anyway.
I thought the idea so that they can give us some information. How that is what you have.
Okay, so maybe Mr. Parker will speak to that. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. 076104086500104 plus 23186500104. The WhatsApp line. You can call us here as well to be a part of the conversation here this morning. So just this talk about the banning of political activities on the campus.
Well, I think that is an administrative decision. I mean, I graduated, I was a student leader at the University of Nigeria. And I would always say that there is always in their leadership, through their leadership, to be able to aid and provide the administration information on what affects them. The administration recognizes that, I'm sure. And one of the conversations we had with the president, we made recommendations because some of our former student leaders, and we said, in the past, we had this platform where student leaders will meet the UL president either twice a month or 3 times a month to be able to provide information on what affects them. So, I mean, Dr. Mapaya acknowledged that she's intending to reactivate that, and that would be a way to hear from the student side of it, and maybe some of the misinformation, misconceptions around student politics and clearing out it, be clear there at their level, and then maybe we could see a resumption. I think the problem is the level of violence, which all of us do not appreciate, but it affects us also when we are providing lectures in the class. So
the live are also tragic.
Yeah, we do have some issues when students are angry with the administration. They come and disrupt our classes. I mean, some of our colleagues complain of being assaulted. So there are issues. I think what we try to do is we should work on being able to remove the violence and reintroduce dialogue. And if we really introduce dialogue, everyone has the opportunity to air the grievances from workable mechanisms, because it is even a Liberian problem. We talk, right? But one of the things we have not been able to do is to say, okay, the other talk that we have been talking, these are the 1, 2, 3 steps that we take to make sure that we don't come here every day to talk anything, so that we can talk different things. If one thing keep occupying our agenda, we don't have time to talk the other thing. So until you have practical steps that we can say, this is how we solve this one, and we start implementing, and people be committed to it, you know, like
Time is fast spent. Just finally take it off here.
Yeah, so
20 minutes.
Yeah, it's traffic. I mean, growing traffic. We got caught up with traffic this morning. But I want to say to the students, our colleagues are receiving messages, our colleagues are on campus. I mean, we know some of the students still have issues with registration, but it is an opportunity now to clear out all of the issues you have with your department, with the university e-portal system, and I'm sure the university will reorganize the calendar to be able to affect both the student and faculty positively, so that we can have a successful semester offer. Is committed to teach, but we are also committed to remaining in the room to discuss and find solutions on those issues that will undermine semesters ahead.
Okay. Thank you so kindly for accepting our invite. Let's hope to have all of these conversations.
I'm always good.
Okay, Eric Patton is the Secretary General of the University of Liberia Faculty Association. You listen to him right here this morning. The University of Liberia is expected to resume classes, and of course, faculty members have accepted as well to join the administration to resume classes. That is after they were mesmerized, and also at least something. Well, imagine, but it's okay. At least we can go back to the UL now. You guys can go there, learn something, and thanks for always making sure that at least our students can have something to take.
Thank
home.
you.
In as much as they can take 15 years, but they from.
You will graduate. Don't worry. You say I was speaking for personal purpose. I said you was speaking for your.
Okay, so folks, that's we can take this break. When we come right back here, we do draw to give our money to you. Our followers, *255*1#, *255*1# are the numbers. The code you can follow here to be a part of the cash giveaway right here on Freedom 87.9. So *255*1# or *255*1# for just $50 Liberian or 25 cents USD. You stand a chance to be a part of those who could walk away with 5,000 Liberian dollars as instant cash prize. But the back to school bonanza draw is up for today, and all of you who have played, all you have to do this morning is to increase your chance of winning. And once you play, you stand also the opportunity, the chance of also winning instant cash prize of 5,000 while we wait to do the back to school bonanza draw. I'm told it's going to be 10 p.m. tonight. Oh wow. So let's give out money to some of you now. I'm just going to call one person each. From each draw that I will do, I will just call out one person each, and that's how it is right here. So *255*1#, *255*1#. Today is the birthday of Daxiu George Dankwa. Your birthday is on today. You can take it from the Freedom Morning Rise crew. Yeah, that's you, George Dankwa, who is celebrating his birthday on today. Happy birthday to you, bro. Long time, yeah. The struggle, the guys who are behind the struggle, it's good that you're there, and let's keep fighting for our country here this morning. Let's give out money to somebody. Let's call out somebody just quickly. If time can permit, I would call at least 2-3 persons. But let's continue. Star 255 star 1 hash or star 255 star 1 hash ID numbers. You can call right here and use right here to be a part of the back to school bonanza right here this morning, and also win something as instant cash prize this morning. Let's do it red by. I call you pick your call, we move on. Good morning. Hello.
Yeah.
Morning, this is Hagar. I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Is it?
This is Hagar, and I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Yeah.
Have you been playing our cash giveaway right here?
Yeah.
Did you play this morning? Hello?
No.
You did not play this morning? Hello?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to please be attentive, man. We're doing something. We're on the radio, live on the radio. You say you did not play this morning?
Oh, okay, I play the money.
Oh. So what are you thinking, Yona? Yeah, so check up on your phone. You've received 5,000 Liberian dollars, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Imagine it, man. What kind of country here? You call your own phone and you forget what you the country is an interesting place. So star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. We can call another person. Just quickly, let's see. We can call another person right here. Okay, let's call another person right here this morning. We want to give more person money here this morning. Let's talk to this person, hoping that you can pick. This one, I'll call you 1 time, 2 times, you pick, I will move on to another person. The good thing is the money can automatically be on your phone while we're doing this. So we got like 2 minutes to be here. We can do just 1 more if we can get this person. Star 255 star 1 hash or star 255 star 1 hash. The numbers. Okay, so because of time, let's get it. Let's call you just for the last time. If you can do, we move on. We move on this morning. There are too many persons waiting to be a beneficiary of this. The back to school bonanza draw is up today, and trust that you can win 100,000 Liberian dollars today on the back to school bonanza. The draw is going to be today. So we've told you on several occasions, play the back to school bonanza and win. And so today is our time, and it's the opportunity you have to be something, to win for yourself something, and help to take your child or children back to school if you've not done so. So yeah, folks, I'm going to be sticking around, but let's see. Okay. I will do a draw just in a few minutes. Star 255 star, and need 4 more pressing on this one. Star 255 star 1 hash for those of you using the button phone, and then star 255 star 1 hash for those of you using the smartphone. For just 25 cents USD or 50 Liberian dollars, you stand a chance to win for yourself cash prize of up to 10,000, 5,000, whatever it is here this morning. But folks, that's all the time we've got to be here with you on the Freedom Morning Rise. Until we are back here is on tomorrow, when I will be here on the midweek edition of the Freedom Morning Rise. Until then, the name is Hagar Ganda Abu Sharif, has been here until we meet you on tomorrow. Let's keep the peace of Liberia. This country is the only country we have, and we cannot be deported from this country. We will not burn.
More freedom, welcome.